This broadcast will begin in 5 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 1 minute. This broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is.
Caught!
This broadcast is a production of the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Good evening from EQT Park, home of the Washington Wild Things and the WPIL Baseball Championships. Tonight, the WJPA Sports Network brings you the back half of the 3A Section 4 series between the host McGuffey Highlanders and the visiting Little Prexies of Wash High. Hi everyone, I'm Bob Gregg. Eric Bennett, our floor director, Grady Peterson handling our camera work for us again tonight. Wash High won yesterday in a wild game, building a 10-4 lead in the second, only to see McGuffey pull even, tying the game at 11 with 4 runs in the top of the 7th. In the bottom of the frame, Will Callan walked, stole second, and Joe Wilson doubled him home as the Little Prexies moved a game up on the Highlanders in the battle for the final playoff spot with just 3 games left to play. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network is brought to you in part by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. By Bell Print and Stitch, digital print, embroidery, design, and fundraising, Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville and on Facebook. By the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, celebrating our region's rich athletic tradition. By Badillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville. Pickup or delivery, it's 1 in a badillion. By Washington Financial Bank for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at curtispharmacy.com. By Camera Bartolotta for Pennsylvania Senate. Find out more at cameraforsenate.com. By Visit Green. Greene County has something for everyone. Log on visitgreen.org. And by CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. We'll take a look at other games on today's schedule. We'll check the starting lineups and have more for you when the Visit Greene County pregame show continues here on the WJPA Sports Network.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, here to invite you to become a member of our chapter and help celebrate the stories of these outstanding athletes, coaches, and teams. For just $10, you'll have the opportunity to vote for respected athletes, coaches, and teams of yesteryear as we recognize these sports figures for their contributions to our rich athletic tradition. We're the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. Find us online or hit us up on Facebook and be a part of something exceptional.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth here at EQT Park. Let's take a look at scores around the area involving Washington and Greene County teams. We're going to start on the softball side. Cannon-McMillan blanked North Allegheny 3-0 this afternoon. Big Macs had already clinched a playoff spot. That loss by NA eliminates the Tigers from the WPIL playoffs, setting that bracket at 6 teams. McGuffey softball, a winner over East Allegheny this afternoon by an 18-1 count. And that That win for McGuffey improves the Highlanders to 7-3, and they will finish tied for second in 3A Section 3 with Keystone Oaks heading into the WPIL playoffs. In 2A Section 4, Bentworth, a 3-0 win over Washington, edged the Little Prexies a week ago, and then win today 3-0. Bentworth finishes section play at 10-0, champion of 2A Section 4. Little Prexies finish at 5-5, fourth place, and they are heading to the WPIAL playoffs. And one game that we had scheduled for today is actually Thursday. That's Best Center at Avella. On the baseball side, Charleroi a 10-0 win over Brownsville, and Waynesburg beat Keystone Oaks 5-4. Up to date in this section, the standings, Seton LaSalle on their bye week, 9-1, and they have clinched the section title. Charleroi with the win is now 6-4. Keystone Oaks and Waynesburg are both 5-5. Wash High a half game back at 4-5. McGuffey's 3-6, and Brownsville at 3-9. A game that just ended. Fort Cherry gets Bob Sawhill's 300th career coaching victory as the Rangers beat California 12-7, took 8 innings, but Fort Cherry a winner there 12-7. Burgettstown beat Fraser 10-3. That likely means we're right back here tomorrow night as Fraser and Chartiers Houston square off, with the Bucks having a chance to clinch a playoff spot. Avella beat Carmichael's 11-1. It was Greensburg Central Catholic over West Green 14-4, and Jeanette 16-1 winners over Mapletown. Starting lineups and first pitch when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network on our Visit Greene County pregame show.
Jessica is a working mom and now takes care of her mom. Jess is a good daughter.
Mom needs to stay at home and be independent. Not always easy, but Curtis Pharmacy made it so easy and affordable for us.
The cost savings are real. Generics often priced below online pharmacies.
Compounding was the key. Now Mom and her fur baby rely on Curtis Pharmacy, and they do it in-house. Ever try to give a cat a pill?
Curtis Pharmacy does what other pharmacies wish they could. Cost saving, better RX, and compounding for people and pets. CurtisPharmacy.com.
The cost of living is crushing Pennsylvania families. Property taxes are too high, electric bills keep climbing, and it's hard to make ends meet and plan for the future. I'm Senator Cameron Bartolotta. I'm working hard to lower taxes so you keep more of what you earn. I'm working to make Pennsylvania more business friendly, to attract investment and grow our economy. I'm committed to lowering your energy costs by protecting reliable, affordable power. On May 19th, I'm asking for your vote so I can keep fighting for a more affordable Pennsylvania. Paid for by Cameron for Senate.
What goes best with football? Pizza. Call Bedillion's Pizza in Claysville right now and order for the whole gang. Pizza, hoagies, strombolis, calzones, and salads. There's a great variety so everybody can get what they want. All made fresh for pickup or delivery. Bedillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville. Check out their Facebook page, see their specials, and call 724-663-5616. Don't wait. Bedillion's Pizza. It's so good, it's one in a bedillion.
Take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Wash High Little Prexies, 4-5 in the league, 7-8 overall. Catcher Noah Patton will lead off. He'll be followed by pitcher Caleb Patton and the shortstop Will Callan. Second baseman Isaac Charnick bats fourth, followed by the designated hitter Joe Wilson and first baseman Tristan Coney. Third baseman Xander Henderson in the 7 spot, followed by the right fielder Jaden Hagan and the left fielder Trayvon Moy. Center fielder Bronx Partizzotti not in the batting order for head coach John Deegan. For the McGuffey Highlanders at 3-6, a game back of the last playoff spot in the league, 6-11 overall. Shortstop Levi Young leads off, followed by second baseman Austin Johnson and first baseman Sam Stout. Catcher Preston Hornack in the 4 spot, followed by the pitcher Wyatt Hildreth and designated hitter Noah Siebert. Left fielder Logan Griffiths will hit 7th, followed by third baseman Landon Hatfield and the right fielder Jeremy Taylor. Center fielder Wyatt Licklider is not in the batting order. First pitch when we come back to EQT Park, the Visit Greene County pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Looking for your next getaway? Discover Greene County, Pennsylvania, where small-town charm meets wide-open adventure. Explore scenic parks and winding trails. Visit historic towns and tour our picturesque covered bridges. Enjoy family-friendly events, hands-on history, and peaceful countryside views. Whether you're planning a day trip or a weekend escape, Greene County has something for everyone. Start planning your visit today at visitgreene.org.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Take a look at how these two teams got into this position. Washai at 7-8. Little Prexies won 4 of their first 6, but then just 1 win in their next 5. That left them below 500 at 5-6, 2-2 since, including back-to-back 4-1 losses to section champion Seton LaSalle. On the other side of the ledger, McGuffey started the year with 4 straight losses, beat Avella and then Keystone Oaks to open section play, but then lost 4 more in a row, falling to KO and both games in the Charleroi series, along with a loss to Fort Cherry. Then the Highlanders won 3 of their next 4 victories against Brownsville, Carmichaels, and Waynesburg, 2 of those in section. But then losses to Waynesburg and the Washai in section play have the Highlanders at 3-6 in the moment. Up-to-date standings here in 3A Section 4. Seton LaSalle has clinched the outright championship. The Rebels are 9-1, and everybody else looking up at the Rebels. Charleroi is 6-4. Keystone Oaks and Waynesburg are 5-5. Waynesburg beating KO today 5-4. Keystone Oaks won yesterday by that same score. Washai's at 4-5, a half game back. McGuffey a game and a half off the pace, now at 3-6. Should Washai win, they would pull into a 3-way tie with KO and Waynesburg. If McGuffey wins, they would pull even with Washai, and those two would be a game off the pace for the final playoff spot. And Brownsville sits at 3-9. Their section season is over, and my math tells me that the Brownsville Falcons have been eliminated from the playoff chase. As we go through the night, we'll take a look at a number of things, including scores of games in sections that include Washington and Greene County teams and what those results mean. And we are actually going to pause here, and we'll keep it here. We're going to pause and honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous time o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the monsters singing air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. They all.
And just about set to play ball here at EQT Park, home of the Washington Wild Things. 3:25 down the lines, and eventually to 410 in straightaway center and a double high fence in dead center field. You want to talk about a poke. If you're going to hit one out in the straightaway center field, you better get it long and high. It's about 390 in the gaps. The alleyways here. Fence runs straight out from right, straight across center, straight out from left. So get those deep power alleys. Set the defensive alignment for you. Wyatt Hildreth on the mound. Catching is Preston Hornack, Sam Stout at first, Austin Johnson at second, Landon Hatfield at third, and Levi Young is the shortstop. Outfield from left around to right, Logan Griffiths, Wyatt Licklider, and Jeremy Taylor. Hildreth making his 9th appearance, 1-4 record with a 3.50 earned run average. He's worked 30 innings, allowed 33 hits and 15 earned runs. Walked 17, struck out 26. Opponents hitting .260 against him on the season. And Noah Patton will lead off for the Little Prexies. Patton hitting .360 on the year. 11 runs batted in. Long pause. Hands together by Hildreth. He now winds and deals and misses off the plate. Ball 1. Also on the WJPA Sports Network tonight from Joe Mays Field, Trinity and Peters Township. Pitch in the turf, 2 balls and no strikes. Important ball game in that section, particularly with Trinity winning last night. They can put 2 games between themselves and Peters Township, and Trinity actually could pull into sole possession of 3rd place in 5A Section 2 with a win tonight. Pitch in for a called strike to Patton. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hildreth winds and deals. Fastball up and away, ball 2. Charles Russell working the plate. Dennis Sowers umpiring on the bases. Thank you to our longtime friend Ron Ross. Breaking ball started at the batter Patton, called a strike. So the count now full 3-2. Hildreth into the windup. 3-2 pitch, turn right back around. 2-hop into the grass in center field. And a leadoff single for Noah Patton to open the ball game. And of course, with so many turf fields, when I say grass, that is a figurative description, not a literal one. Caleb Patton, the Washington pitcher, will lead off, hitting .423 on the year. Check of the runner at first, throw over and back without challenge. Noah Patton has 4 stolen bases on the season, and thanks to both coaches for getting us all updated. Grounder backhanded by first baseman Stout. Throw to short for 1 to relay, back not in time as Caleb Patton beats the wrap there, but well played by first baseman Sam Stout to get the lead runner. 3-6 on the force play. I'll bring up the shortstop, Will Callan. 1 out here in the Washington first inning. Callan hitting .347, has a home run and 11 runs driven in. Scored the winning run in last night's 7-inning walk-off. Throw to first, diving back in safely is Caleb Patton. Hildreth from the belt, pitch to the plate. There's a strike called. Caleb Patton has 3 stolen bases. Callan and Hagan lead Wash-High with 5 apiece. No balls and a strike. Throw over to first, and again back in safely is Caleb Patton. That Columbia blue jersey down into the rubber pellets. Short lead at first, another throw over. Step and a dive and back in safely. Three games involving Washington County teams tonight. Bentworth is at best center. The loser there is out of the playoff race, and the winner may well be before we get through the night tomorrow. Trinity and Peters Township and Wash-High McGuffey. 6 of the 14 Washington County baseball teams squaring off in games tonight. And great to have you along here on the WJPA Sports Network. Pitch to the plate, stroked in the air toward the right field line. Taylor giving chase, long way to go. They isn't going to get there. The ball hits the ground and bounds on down toward the corner because Patton had to hold up in case the ball was caught. He gets only to third. Callan into second with a double. So second and third and one out for Wash-High. Isaac Charnick now coming to the plate. Charnick with a .346 batting average. Two hits and a infield ground ball so far off the Little Prexy bats against Wyatt Hildreth. But now runners at second and third with one out. Pitch to Charnick. Took a little something off, but ran it down the outside edge of the plate for a called strike. Open glove there for the pitcher. Great view in there from the outfield. Little excuse me swing, gonna deposit the ball in right center field. One run is in. Around third comes Callan, and he will score without a throw. 2-run single for Isaac Charnick, and Washington takes a 2-0 lead. Prexy's scored a bunch in the early innings last night as well, and then had to hold on. 3 hits in the first 4 batters tonight. 2-0 Washington. Charnick on at first. The batter is the designated hitter, Joe Wilson. Still one out. Charnick out to his lead. Curveball to the plate. Waist high, in for a called strike. Oh, I see my favorite photographer is in the house tonight. That would be my son Andrew. Ground ball to third, behind the bag, fielded by Hatfield. Wilson does not run well at all, and a little knee injury hampering him, and the throw over in time on the play. Charnick to second. Completely healthy Joe Wilson probably beats that play out because it was such a slow hit. First baseman Tristan Coney to the plate now with a runner at second and 2 out. Middle infielders working to keep Charnick close. First pitch misses outside for a ball. And now both middle infielders on the third base side of the bag. Well, they move somewhat back to their positions, and too long for Tristan Coney. He requests and is granted time. One ball, no strikes, 2 out. The count to Coney. The pitch to the plate, stroked but foul. Heading for the party deck. Look out. That got on the field house roof, over there in the clubhouse rather. 2-0 Washington leading. Batting still here in the top of the first. 1-1 low bridge. Ducks out underneath that ball as Coney didn't pull the bat back. If you've ever seen that blooper video of Willie Stargell when he ducked his head down but didn't pull the bat, and the ball hit the pitch hit the bat behind him, and he just does that look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, look at the pitcher, shrug the shoulders and step back in. Coney very nearly had that same opportunity there. 2 balls and a strike now the count. Check that, 3 balls and a strike on Coney. First base is open. Foul ball hitting on the roof. And now the count full. With first base open, a walk is not the worst thing that Wyatt Hildreth could allow here. Coney would love to drive Charnock in from second. 3-2 to the plate, fouled off to the backstop netting. Ball right above the aforementioned favorite photographer of yours truly. Tucked down in the corner there by the pole. Navy retiree. Line shot up the middle, but Johnson, keeping the runner close, was there to handle that line drive and put down the Little Prexies in the first. But Washington scores 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning, 1 runner left on. We played half an inning. Your score, Wash High 2, McGuffey coming to bat.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
Take a look at the defensive alignment for the Wash-High Little Prexies. Caleb Patton on the mound. Noah Patton behind the plate. Infield, Tristan Coney at first. Isaac Charnock at second. Xander Henderson at third. And Will Callan is at the short. Trayvon Moy in left. Bronx Partizzotti in center. And Jaden Hagan is the right fielder. Caleb Patton, the Little Prexies, for the most part, don't assign wins or losses in their to pitchers. Patton is making his 9th appearance, a .442 earned run average in 19 innings, has allowed 23 hits and a dozen earned runs, walked 14, struck out 22. Opponents hitting .280 against the right-hander. Levi Young, Austin Johnson, Sam Stout, the scheduled McGuffey hitters coming up tonight. Good top of the first for the visiting teams so far. Washington with 2 here. Bentworth with 3 runs in Fredericktown at Best Center. And Trinity with a run at Joe Mays Field in Peters Township. So the visitors get on the board first in our 3 games of interest. Levi Young, a .291 batter. Shortstop for the Highlanders steps in. First pitch to the plate. Fly ball into center field, starting in, then putting on the brakes. Partizzotti makes the grab. With the pitching restrictions, you gotta love 1 pitch, 1 out. Of course, the Pirates were great at that last night and still used 8 pitchers in a game. I will not, for the life of me, understand why a guy throws 6 pitches to start the game and he can't work a second inning, or Matson throws 3 pitches gets out of an inning and doesn't work the next. I don't understand, but I'm not Donnie Kelly. First pitch to Johnson, swung on and missed, and a fastball runs through the river and into the left-handed hitter's batter's box. That's wide for a ball. A ball and a strike. Patton working quickly at the knees, called strike 2. Johnson hitting just 176 on the year. 1-2 curveball misses away. Johnson had a thought, but then had a better one and didn't go. And the swinging strikeout ends the Johnson at-bat. A couple of strikeouts for Caleb Patton. 6 pitches in. Sam Stout comes to the plate now. Stout, 366 batting average. Best BA on the team. Pitch bounces out in front of the home plate area. Covered about 56 feet. It's 60 feet 6 inches from the pitcher's mound to home plate. Here's the 1-0 from Caleb Patton. That's above the letters for ball 2. Patton about 2 walks every 3 innings. Fastball inside edge of the plate, called strike on Stout. Pitch off the edge as well, outside for ball 3. Next week, the final week of the high school baseball regular season. Softball wrapping up this week. All fouled off straight back, and the count runs full at 3-2. I don't think Charles Russell is going to let Noah Patton just immediately put that ball back in play. Fouled off hard off the concrete backstop. And indeed, Russell says, no, use this one. I'll take a look at that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for McGuffey in the first. Ground ball to the first baseman. Coney fields it, jogs to the bag, and McGuffey set down in order in the first. We played 1. It's Washington 2, McGuffey nothing on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, an organization that recognizes athletes, coaches, officials, teams, and contributors. Last year, we awarded $7,500 in scholarships to local high school athletes, plus $3,000 to our Courage Award and Edward Monaco Above and Beyond Award winners. We granted money to high school athletes starting their own nonprofit charities and partnered with the Pony League World Series. We encourage you to join us at our next meeting and be a part of something exceptional. The Wash Greene Hall of Fame. Find us online or hit us up on Facebook.
Everybody needs some help these days. Take Jessica's mom.
High deductible. Mom forgets about her pills. I go crazy. But then I heard about Curtis Pharmacy.
See, Curtis Pharmacy cures the crazy. Save with Better RX and Backed by Meds. Ease Jess's quite worried mind.
Better RX has generics priced lower than online pharmacies.
And Backed by Meds has your meds packed in pouches, stamped with a date and time to be taken. No more pill boxes. Dare to compare at CurtisPharmacy.com.
Welcome back to EQT Park. Top of the second, bottom of the Wash High batting order coming up. (2-0) Washington with the lead. A Washington win tonight would pull the Little Prexies into a 3-way tie for third place, with 2 games left to play. We'll run that schedule for next week down for you in a moment here. First batter is Xander Henderson, takes first pitch up and in for ball 1, left-handed hitting third baseman. Wash High and Keystone Oaks play each other. Fastball misses inside as well, 2-0. Wash High, Waynesburg, and Keystone Oaks would be tied. McGuffey could pull the Little Prexies out of that and into a tie for 5th place. Fastball misses way inside, now 3-0. So again, Seton LaSalle has clinched the section title. Charleroi at 6-4 is in second place currently. 4-pitch walk to Xander Henderson. "31 innings of work." That is walk number 16 allowed by Wyatt Hildreth. A better number than the Little Prexi's Caleb Patton, who walks 2 batters every 3 innings. Hildreth 1 every 2. But leadoff walk here. Jaden Hagan coming to the plate now. Would you like to have a .340 batting average in your 8th spot in the batting order? Washington right fielder has driven in 10 runs on the season. And batting now with a leadoff runner aboard. Hildreth works from the stretch. Rotates the shoulders and looks. Used to be that wasn't legal, but it has been for a number of years. First pitch swinging. Hayden lifts a fly ball into shallow center field. Backpedaling is Johnson, second baseman, and he will make the grab for the first out. Batter's the left fielder, Trayvon Moy. Henderson still at first. Hildreth checks the runner, comes home, and a breaking ball started at Moy and backed him off the plate and then stayed inside. I think that camera moving there, I think we were looking at a snake. Big snake? Okay. Hopefully the snake stays where it is. Ball is bunted on the line. Coming off to get it is Hildreth. Not going to be able to make the throw to first had he not lost his footing. Watch this great play by the pitcher. The bunt in the air by Moy. But Hildreth going to the ground there and unable to make the throw. Would have been bang, bang back at first base because Henderson, when the ball was bunted, took off for it. And with that stumble, Hildreth's jersey came out of the pants, and you got to look like a baseball player. Rules say shirt got to be tucked in. 2 outs in the inning, back to the top, and Noah Patton. Runner at first, leadoff single for Xander Henderson, and 2 outs later, he's still at first. Hildreth set, throw over, and Henderson back in, standing up. Best center scores 2 in the bottom of the first, so a little shootout action in Fredericktown. Bentworth 3, Best Center 2 after 1 there. Trinity 1, Peters Township nothing after 1 at Joe Mays. 2 hopper to short. Young gloves, steps on the bag, force out, ends the inning. Leadoff walk and a runner left on for the Little Prexies. We played 1.5. It's Washington 2, McGuffey nothing on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
When Governors Wolf and Shapiro tried to impose a carbon tax that would have sent your electric bills through the roof and gutted our energy jobs, I fought back and we won. I'm Senator Camera Bartolotta. I'm proud to stand with our natural gas and coal industries and the hardworking men and women who keep our lights on. I'll keep fighting against Green New Deal schemes that threaten our jobs and our way of life. On May 19th, I'm asking for your vote so I can keep standing up for you. Paid for by Camera for Senate.
What goes best with football? Pizza. Call Bedillion's Pizza in Claysville right now and order for the whole gang. Pizza, hoagies, strombolis, calzones, and salads. There's a great variety so everybody can get what they want. All made fresh for pickup or delivery. Bedillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville. Check out their Facebook page, see their specials, and call 724-663-5616. Don't wait. Bedillion's Pizza. It's so good, it's 1 in a badillion.
Goes pretty good with baseball, too, I got to tell you. Yes, indeed. And big thanks to all of our broadcast sponsors making it possible. Some on board with us specifically for this game, some on our entire stretch drive package. And We certainly appreciate that. 4, 5, 6 due up for McGuffey here in the second. That'll be Hornack, Hildreth, and Siebert. Wondering if that's a baseball laying there beyond the coach's box on the first base side. And I'm figuring if it is, when the McGuffey coaches get there, they'll get that squared away. A little delay here because the catcher, Noah Patton, made the final out. Now there goes another ball. Couple of things getting picked up now by Tristan Coney. And yes, indeed, it was a baseball. Can't play with that laying there. Ready to go. Bottom of the second inning. McGuffey looking to climb out of its 2-0 early hole.
Leading off the inning for the McGuffey Highlanders, number 25,
Preston Hornack, .315 average coming to the plate. No home runs, 10 runs batted in for the Highlanders. McGuffey at times has struggled to score. They didn't have that struggle last night. Put 11 up on the board, but needed 12 to extend the game. McGuffey averaging 4.5 runs scored, 5.5 allowed. Hornack fouls the 1-0 off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please return all the foul balls.
Little Prexy's average scoring 6.1 runs a game and allow nearly 6. And thus the 7-8 record. Off-speed pitch bounces in the turf in front of home plate. 2 balls and 1 strike on Preston Hornack. Wyatt Hildreth, pretty good night at the dish last night. Ball hit into center or right field. It's going to die and get down in front of Jaden Hagan. Leadoff single for Hornack. First base runner of the game for McGuffey. Wyatt Hildreth coming to the plate. Hildreth had 7 RBI in last night's game. Drove in 7 of the Highlanders' 11 runs in that contest. Hildreth hitting .300, batting here with a runner at first, and a great lead throw over and just getting back in at time. Looked like Hornack lost his footing scrambling back. Hornack has 3 stolen bases. Levi Young leads the team with 12. But Hornack was working that lead out again. He's got at least 1 foot out past the circle cut of the turf. It's up off, just starts walking there. Now a little shorter lead. Caleb Patton comes home. Ground shot into center field. Back-to-back singles for the Highlanders. A little something going on here to open the bottom of the second. It'll bring up Noah Siebert.
At the bat now, number 7, Noah Siebert.
McGuffey retired in order in the first. 2 straight hits to open the second. Siebert hitting .256, 4 runs batted in. Hornack and Hildreth on base. Coney, the first baseman, playing up in front of the runner and charging. Line drive bunt up the third base line. And going to be trouble. Throw to first. And they're going to get the out call at first base. So the sacrifice goes 5-4. Xander Henderson making the throw. Runners advance to second and third. Batter now is Logan Griffiths. Now it looks like the McGuffey coaches, head coach Brent Graham has asked the umpires to talk this over.
Up the bat, number 6, Logan Griffiths.
Know that you would, unless the question was, did second baseman Charnock come off the base? I don't know that you'll get that call overturned. And we go play on. Tying run at second. Throw to third, gets away, then hits the runner, and the Little Prexies get a huge break. Throw to Xander Henderson. Either he wasn't expecting it or certainly not expecting it where he thought it was going to be. And when the ball got by Henderson, it hit the runner Hornack and stayed in play right there close, and the runners could not advance. Griffiths awaits the first pitch. That ball is bunted. Throw to the plate. The tag not in time and not caught by Patton anyway. So 2-1 now the score, and still nobody out, or one out here in the inning. Sacrifice fielder's choice, RBI for Griffiths, his 11th of the season. And now Landon Hatfield comes to the plate. Single, and 2 sacrifice bunts. Caleb Patton elected to come home with that instead of take the out at first base. And now runners at the corners to Hatfield, a 150 average. Bunts it in the air, it's popped up. Catcher Noah Patton wouldn't get here in time anyway, but the ball carried back and hit the backstop netting. It's an immediate dead ball. Griffiths has 7 stolen bases on at first. The Highlanders going to small ball here. And get the Little Prexies to throw the ball around. Pickoff throw at first, not in time. Runners at the corners and 1 out. And that's the difference. The run was going to score if Little Prexies take the out on that second bunt. At least there are 2 outs in the inning. Pitch misses high for ball 1, and on the play, Griffiths steals second without a throw. Now, here we are again, second and third, 1 out, tying run at second, go-ahead run at second base, bunt, and it comes to the backstop netting. Highlanders, 13 sacrifice bunts this year coming in. We've seen one by Noah Siebert tonight. That's his first of the year. Now swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Hatfield. Second strikeout of the game for Caleb Patton. 2 outs in the inning, and Jeremy Taylor comes to the plate. Now with 2 outs, you take the sacrifice out of play. Doesn't mean you take the bunt out of play, but certainly not sacrifices. The second sacrifice by Griffiths was just his second of the season. Ball lifted foul on the first pitch and out of play. Taylor, .083 batting average, batting here in a big situation. McGuffey had second and third with 1 out, got a run in. Again, second and third with 2 out. Fastball from Caleb Patton misses high to even the count at 1-1. But now the Highlanders need something here with 2 outs to try to get the game square, possibly take the lead here in the bottom of the second. Fastball up, 2-1. Sun setting behind a hill, swing and a miss. Patton brought that ball in on the hands and took a little something off of it. Count even up at 2-2. 2 out and 2 on as well. Ball pop foul, that's going to get over the seats and up onto the roof of the press box here. 25 years. Originally Falcone Field, now EQT Park. Consol Energy Park for a number of years. 2-2 off-speed tapper, shortstop coming. Will Callen's got to throw on the run in time to end the inning. McGuffey gets on the board, a run on 2 hits, 2 left on base. We've played 2. It's Washington 2, McGuffey 1 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that drives your business. One that's with you for the long haul and knows how to keep your business rolling. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on delivering customized solutions, ones that are built for the unique journey your business is on. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Looking for your next getaway? Discover Greene County, Pennsylvania, where small town charm meets wide open adventure. Explore scenic parks and winding trails. Visit historic towns and tour our picturesque covered bridges. Enjoy family-friendly events, hands-on history, and peaceful countryside views. Whether you're planning a day trip or a weekend escape, Greene County has something for everyone. Start planning your visit today at visitgreene.org.
Take a look at some of the scores from this afternoon involving sections that have Washington and Greene County teams in them. Mount Lebanon in 6A baseball, winner over Norwin 4-1, and Hempfield beat Woodland Hills 10-6. So now Norwin at 7-4, Mount Lebanon is 7-4. They are both a half game back of Cannon McMillan with 1 game left in that section. Mount Lebanon will be at Norwin on Thursday. A Norwin win gives the Big Macs the section title, while Mount Lebanon win and the Blue Devils take the section championship. First pitch to the plate in for a called strike to Caleb Patton, leading off the Washington 3rd inning. 2-1 Little Prexies in front of the Highlanders. Wyatt Hildreth deals. Ball popped up in the infield. First baseman Sam Stout loudly calling, "I got it," and indeed he does. Pop up to first. Prexies, after getting 3 hits in the first 4 batters, are going a little quietly ever since then. Will Callan comes to the plate and will try to change that. Callan had the double down the right field line his first time up and scored the second run of that Washington first. Ball stroked down the right field line, but tailing foul. Those of you that play golf, if you hit it, if you're a right-handed golfer or batter and you hit it to right field, that ball's going to tail away from the foul line, and indeed it did there. Banana ball if I hit it that way. Here the 0-1 pitch, fastball high, evens the count at 1-1. Hildreth at 33 pitches through 1 out in the 3rd. Strike called on the outside edge of the plate. Put that right to the Preston Hornak catcher's mitt. Hildreth shakes off the first sign, now gets one he wants. Fastball high, evens the count at 2-2. Washington trying to move into a 3-way tie for 3rd. McGuffey trying to stay within reach of the final playoff spot. Breaking ball stayed inside, ran actually through the batter's box, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. A McGuffey loss would drop the Highlanders 2 games back of a 3-way tie. Here's a payoff pitch, fastball away. A 1-out walk has Will Callan aboard. Second walk allowed by Hildreth. That'll bring up Isaac Charnick. 2-run single his first time up. Just reached out the bat and poked that ball into right center field to drive in both Caleb Patton and Will Callan. Callan to his lead, and that ends when he gets chased back with a throw. Hildreth, long time between pitches, and we'll have to keep waiting for the first pitch of the Charnick at bat. Another throw over. Will Callan, a team best 5 stolen bases for the Loprexies. Short lead at first. Pitch to the plate, popped up. That one's coming back, gonna hit the roof. No, it didn't. Actually got into the bleachers right below us. Same sound. Top of the 3rd inning, 2-1 Washington. Callan to the lead, throw over. He has actually worked not only off the base towards second, but several steps back out of the baseline. And so coming back in, he comes to the back part of the plate. Pitch popped up in the infield. Stout again makes the call and the catch. 2 outs. Sam Stout handling a couple of infield pop-ups. Joe Wilson comes to the plate now. Peters Township with a run in the bottom of their 2nd inning. They've pulled even with Trinity. That game now 1-1 going to the 3rd. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Will Callan still at first. And Joe Wilson grounded out to 3rd. Throw back, almost got away. Good job by Stout. Bag does you no good if you don't catch the ball, so he got off and got the ball. One of the early lessons that first basemen need to learn. Stretch out as far as you can, but if you hold the base with your back foot and don't get the ball, like on a force play, a ground ball or something like that, it doesn't matter. And bad things happen when the ball gets past the first baseman on a throw from the pitcher, particularly here at EQT Park. First pitch to Wilson is a ball. 1-0 at the knees is a called strike. Runner at first and 2 out. 1-1 pitch. Wilson hits it well, but well foul out toward the visiting clubhouse, and actually cleared the visiting clubhouse, but way out in front. Now a ball and 2 strikes. How well Joe Wilson does or does not run would not have mattered had he kept that one in fair territory. That would have gotten to the fence easily, but just a long strike. Hildreth, long look in, take a long time here to get this sign. Now ready, 1-2, Wilson swings and misses, and the side is retired. First strikeout of the game for Hildreth. 1 out walk and a runner left on for Washington. We played 2.5. Wash High 2, McGuffey 1 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Take a look at some of the other action in the 5A section. Trinity and Peters Township go to the 3rd, tied at 1. Trinity won last night. Peters Township needs to win today again to keep that final playoff spot within reach. Earlier today, Moon beat Upper St. Clair 8-4, sweeping that season series. Bethel Park beat Chartiers Valley to split their 2-game set. Moon is in first at 8-2, South Fayette 7-3. Bethel Park's at 6-6. Then you have Trinity at 4-5. Upper St. Clair 4-6. Peters with 6 losses, and Chartiers Valley now at 3-7. Everybody still alive. Moon and South Fayette have clinched, but just a game between 3rd and last place in that 5A Section 2. A Trinity win leapfrogs the Hillers over Bethel and Upper St. Clair and into sole possession of third place. A Peters Township win creates a four-way tie for the last two playoff spots. We'll check on other action and other results here during this half inning. We'll get you updated on this section and where we are. First pitch from Caleb Patton misses outside for ball one. Back to the top of the order to McGuffey's Levi Young. Patton's 1-0 in the turf. That one hops over the shoulder of Noah Patton and catches our home plate umpire, Charles Russell. They go to the third in Fredericktown. Bentworth 3, Best Center 2 after 2. Ball flared out into shallow right center field. Gonna find the turf. Base hit for Levi Young, who stepped almost across the base and clipped his heels on the bag. And you just see down in the corner, he almost slipped. Third hit of the game for McGuffey. Each team now with 3 hits. Batter is the pitcher, second baseman. Throw to first. Yeah, Highlanders retired in order in the first, 2 hits in the second, and then the sacrifice fielder's choice to bring the only run across. Now a leadoff single here in the third. First pitch to the plate to Austin Johnson is a ball. Tapper foul with the runner going. Levi Young had a great jump. And no surprise he wants to run. Has done a nice job on the bases. Young with a dozen steals. That's 1/4 of the team total coming into the game. Earlier today in 3A Section 4, Charleroi blanked Brownsville 10-0. That eliminates the Falcons from the playoff race. Charleroi a game ahead of the pack in second place. Waynesburg beat Keystone Oaks 5-4, flipping the result from yesterday. So those two split their series and finish at 5-5 for the week. Pitch misses low for a ball, 2-1 now. So Keystone Oaks and Waynesburg at 5-5. Washington currently at 4-5, and McGuffey 3-6, a game back of the Little Prexies. Step off, chases Young back to the bag. Runner going again, and a pitch fouled off, and Young will have to turn around and run the 90 feet back to first. Next week, Charleroi and Waynesburg play their 2-game set. Washington and Keystone Oaks. And McGuffey has 2 with Seton LaSalle, the section champion. 2-2 to the plate, off speed, misses high for ball 3. A game that the Highlanders tonight really need to win, because otherwise they're going to find themselves 2 games back of a 3-way tie. Pitch misses outside, runner going, but it's ball 4. 2 on and nobody out again for the Highlanders, second consecutive inning. First walk of the game allowed by Caleb Patton. And now 15 walks in 21 innings. Batter is the first baseman, Sam Stout. Grounded out softly to first, his first time up. Swings and misses, good hard cut, but came up empty. Tristan Coney playing up in front of the bag in case Stout shows bunt. He has put down a couple of sacrifice bunts this year. Pitch misses off the mark. Count even up at 1-1 First and second, nobody out. Stout hits a tapper up the third base line, but foul. May have been off his body in the batter's box. And so now he's behind in the count 1-2. Couple of games in the books in 2A Section 1. Fort Cherry a 12-7 8-inning win against California, sweeping that 2-game series and staying unbeaten, 10-0 in section play. And career win number 300 for Fort Cherry head coach Bob Sawhill. 2-2 high and tight. Excuse me, that's now 2-2. That high and tight fastball. Stout leans back out of the way. Fort Cherry at 10-0. California already with a playoff spot in hand at 8-2. 2-2 grounder to short. Callan to Charnick for one. The relay to first down low. Coney knocks it down but doesn't catch it. And the ball will allow the runner Levi Young to score the tying run and Stout to reach base. Now the fielder's choice out at second goes 6-4, and Charnick may have rushed that throw a bit. The errant throw error will bring Young home. First error of the game for either team. So now one out to Preston Hornack. Hornack singled in the second inning, scored the Highlanders' first run. Pitch in for a called strike. A little bluff there at first by Stout. Back at 2A Section 1, Chartiers Houston currently in third at 5-4. Burgettstown has improved to 5-5. Fraser is 2-7 with today's loss. Runner on the move, throw to second. The tag down, not in time. Somehow Stout got a hand through the left calf of second baseman Charnick, and Charnick may have actually illegally blocked the base there. So the stolen base for Stout. One ball and one strike. 5 steals on the season for Sam Stout. Hornack trying to give the Highlanders the lead now. 1-1. Hit in the air to right. Hagan goes back a couple of steps, makes the catch, and gets the ball back in quickly. The line out to right. The second out. That fly out will make the Young run an earned run. He would have been at third on the middle infield ground ball, and that play there would have scored him, so that becomes an earned run. 2-2 the score. Batter is Wyatt Hildreth. Ground ball heading up the middle, cut off by Callan. Gloves, throws low. Coney digs that out to save the errant throw and get the out to end the inning. But the Highlanders tied the game with a run on one hit. There was an error and one left on. We've played 3. It's Washington 2, McGuffey 2 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Green County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, here to invite you to become a member of our chapter and help celebrate the stories of these outstanding athletes, coaches, and teams. For just $10, you'll have the opportunity to vote for respected athletes, coaches, and teams of yesteryear as we recognize these sports figures for their contributions to our rich athletic tradition. We're the Washington Green County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. Find us online or hit us up on Facebook and be a part of something exceptional.
Welcome back to EQT Park. Just to finish up that 2A baseball Section 1 stuff today. Again, Fort Cherry over California 12-7 in 8. And Burgettstown beat Fraser 10-3. Bentworth is leading at Best Center 7-2. But Bentworth has been eliminated. Best Center still alive, but they have to win out. Nope, actually Best Center has also already been eliminated. They can get to 4 wins, but already at least 4 teams with 5. Go to the top of the 4th. Tristan Coney stands in for Washington. Trinity and Peters go to the top of the 4th inning as well, tied at a run apiece. We're tied at 2 here at EQT Park. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Tristan Coney. Fastball misses off the mark, 2-0. Coney lined out to second baseman Austin Johnson, ending the Washington 2-run first. 12-11 between these two last night. Fastball called strike on the outside edge. Washington, I think, scored 9 runs maybe in the first. But eventually, McGuffey with 4 in the top of the 7th to tie the game. Coney reaches the bat out, delivers a ball into right center field, gets down. Base hit leading off the inning. That'll bring up third baseman Xander Henderson. Coney with 4 steals on the year. Apparently there's, I guess, some kind of flash coming from the third base side. And people using their iPhones, sometimes you don't have control over that. You got to go in and do your settings. Listen to me talking about technology, but you got to turn that flash off. The umpires have said don't want to see it anymore. So Coney at first, short lead. Ball is bunted but foul by Henderson. Highlanders used a couple of bunts in their second inning to get on the board. Well, a little Prexy show bunt here. Henderson puts the bunt down, and it's a good one. Sacrifice complete. It was 5-3. Third sacrifice bunt of the year for Xander Henderson, and on the play, Tristan Coney up to second. Gotta love to see a team willing and able to put down good bunts. Jaden Hagan to the plate. 340 average, popped out in his first at bat. Leadoff single and a sacrifice. Swing and a foul tip. Late decision by Hagan. And just got that ball in on the hands and fouled it off. No balls and a strike. Hildreth getting the sign from Hornack. Come set. Shortstop Young trying to keep Coney close at second. Pickoff throw to the second baseman Johnson, who comes in after Young went back to his position. But nothing doing there at second. Hildreth comes home. 0-1 misses high, evens the count at 1-1. Bentworth still batting in the top of the third at BC, up 9-2 now on the host Bulldogs. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Runner at second. Middle infielders get back to their position. Fastball fouled off, out of play. The count goes 1-2. Washington, the bottom part of their batting order, but they got it started. Coney in the 6th spot with the single, the sacrifice by the 7-hitter Henderson. That brings up 8 and 9, Hagan and Moy, to try to cash a run in. Hildreth at the belt. Couple of looks back at second, comes home. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for the McGuffey right-hander. 2 outs now in the Washington 4th, and Trayvon Moy to the plate. Washington has stranded a runner in each of the first 3 innings, trying to avoid doing that here in the 4th. Off-speed pitch to Moy, taken for a called strike just below the letters. Young and Johnson, a little more traditional positioning. That pitch catches the outside edge, and now Moy finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Deep cleansing breath from the right-handed hitting left fielder, steps back in the box. Hildreth has him in a bucket here. Now Hildreth will step off. And now Austin Johnson has gone back to his regular deep second base position. And shortstop Young going to his normal spot as well. Coney able to take a walking lead. Pitch called, strike 3. Moy took it right down the middle, and the side is retired thanks to back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame. No runs a hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Your score, Washington 2, McGuffey 2 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Jessica is a working mom and now takes care of her mom. Jess is a good daughter.
Mom needs to stay at home and be independent. Not always easy, but Curtis Pharmacy made it so easy and affordable for us.
The cost savings are real. Generics often priced below online pharmacies.
Compounding was the key. Now Mom and her fur baby rely on Curtis Pharmacy, and they do it in-house. Ever try to give a cat a pill?
Curtis Pharmacy does what other pharmacies wish they could. Cost saving, better RX, and compounding for people and pets. CurtisPharmacy.com.
I'm Senator Cameron Bartolotta, and I'm running for re-election to keep fighting for working families in the 46th District. I've worked to create family-sustaining jobs, hold government accountable, and stand strong with our first responders and law enforcement. I'll keep fighting to grow our economy, unleash Pennsylvania energy, and lower your taxes so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. I'm proudly pro-Second Amendment and pro-life, and with your support in the May 19th Republican primary, I'll continue delivering for you. Paid for by Cameron for Senate.
Go to the bottom of the 4th inning in a 2-2 tie. And a little Prexy's little delay there once again. Catcher Noah Patton, who was on deck, had to get the rest of his gear on before coming out to handle the warm-up throws. Six, 7, 8 due up for McGuffey. It's Siebert, Griffiths, and Hatfield. Peters and Trinity going to the bottom of the 4th as well. Hiller's had 2 on with nobody out, but a ground ball double play ended the Trinity 4th inning, still tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd inning at Fredericktown, Bentworth 10, Best Center 2. Again, both of those teams with the action today have been eliminated from the playoff chase. First pitch to Siebert is a ball. Patton deals. Misses below the knees as well. Caleb Patton approaching 50 pitches. (2-0) misses high and tight. It's ball 3. Canna McMillan, Fort Cherry, California, and Avella have all clinched playoff spots in baseball. Pitch in for a called strike. 3-1 to Siebert. Trinity and Peters Township both alive. Ringgold needs 1 win to clinch a playoff spot. Pitch misses outside. It's a 5-pitch walk to Noah Siebert, and second walk of the game allowed by Caleb Patton. And Logan Griffiths comes to the plate. Charleroi needs 1 win to clinch a playoff spot. Chartiers Houston as well. Burgettstown in that same category. Bunt shown and fouled off by Griffiths. No balls and a strike. Waynesburg also in need of a win next week against Charleroi. 1 win should put the Raiders into the playoffs. Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's each in need of a win to lock up a playoff spot. Griffiths takes strike 2 on the outside edge, and now in an 0-2 hole. Was not showing bunt that pitch. Siebert, short lead at first, held on there by Coney. Throw over, not in time. Two-two tie, bottom of the 4th inning. Patton staring in and then steps off. Now comes set. 0-2 to the plate. That misses just low. Ball and 2 strikes. Very calm and comfortable evening here tonight at EQT Park. 1-2 ground ball. Runner was on the move. Long run for Charnock. He gets there and throws to first to get the out, but on the play, Siebert able to get into second. Soft grounder to the right, nearly a lot of trouble, but Washington defense gets the out. Landon Hatfield to the plate now. A runner at second. Go ahead run for McGuffey. Highlanders have not led tonight. Washington scored 2 in the first. McGuffey with a run in the second, another in the third to tie the game. First pitch to Hatfield in for a strike. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Curveball called strike 2 between the letters and the belt. And now Hatfield asks for time. Caleb Patton checks the runner. Comes the 0-2 to the plate. Swing and a miss. That foul tip actually back into the glove of Noah Patton. The strikeout is the 3rd of the ball game and the 2nd time that Hatfield has gone down on strikes. I'm going to bring up Jeremy Taylor. 0 for 1 in the game. He grounded out to short to end that second inning. Takes the first pitch below the knees for a ball. Following the game, we'll recognize a player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. 1-0, strike called at the waist. Two-two tie here. Important game for both of these teams. Foul tip back into the glove. And now 1-2. Patton trying to slam the door, gave up the leadoff walk. The infield grounder got 1 strikeout and looking to end the inning here. 1-2 to the plate. Tapper up the third base line. It's going to go foul, and third baseman Henderson busts it, touches it while in foul territory. Those of you who watched the Pirate game last night saw a play like that where the ball rolled and rolled back onto the foul line and died right there, and that's a fair ball. So as soon as it gets into foul territory, you want to get there and touch it unless you're going to try to make a play. And clearly Henderson was not. Another 1-2 to the plate to Taylor. Runner on the move, and the throw down the third in time. Caught stealing to end the inning. So Taylor will be at bat when we go to the fifth. The caught stealing not close. 2-5 to retire Siebert at third. No runs, no hits, the walk, the caught stealing, and nobody left on. We've played for Washington 2, McGuffey 2 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
What goes best with football? Pizza. Call Bedillion's Pizza in Claysville right now and order for the whole gang. Pizza, hoagies, strombolis, calzones, and salads. There's a great variety so everybody can get what they want. All made fresh for pickup or delivery. Bedillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville. Check out their Facebook page, see their specials, and call 724-663-5616. Don't wait. Bedillion's Pizza. It's so good, it's one in a bedillion.
You deserve a bank that brings fresh ideas to your business. One that can see you're a cut above and knows you like you know your customers. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on preparing personalized solutions, ones that cater to the unique needs of your business. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
We go to the fifth inning in a 2-2 tie. Washington 2 runs on 4 hits, 4 left on. McGuffey 2 runs on 3 hits, 3 left on. Washington has the only error of the ball game. Top of the fifth, top of the Washington batting order against Wyatt Hildreth. Ground ball to third. Hatfield on the 2-hopper, throws across the diamond in time. Patton down on 1 pitch. I'm going to bring up Caleb Patton. 57 pitches now, 1 out into the 5th inning for Wyatt Hildreth. A lot of room to work, get to that 100-pitch mark. And then if you get there, you are able to finish the batter during which you cross that threshold. Patton 0 for 2 in the game. Sizzling shot to short, 1 hop. Young picks it up, throws it wildly, and it gets past the first baseman. 2-base error has Caleb Patton safely in at second. First error of the game on McGuffey. The throwing error on shortstop Levi Young. And now Will Callan to the plate. Double and a walk in his 2 plate appearances. Trinity and Peters go to the 5th inning. They are tied at 1. One out base runner for Washington. And again, the middle infielders, Young and Johnson, trying to keep Patton close. Off-speed pitch, called a strike just below the letters. Oh-1 in the dirt, blocked nicely by Hornack. And that keeps Patton stuck at second. 1-1 the count. You'll get a good look here. Gets wide. A little tardy maybe getting out to that butterfly position, but got there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a runner at second. Shortstop Young right up behind Patton. And now moves back to his position. Pitch to the plate. Tapper up the first baseline, but foul. A Washington win puts Washington into a 3-way tie for third, with at least 2 of those 3 making the playoffs, barring a collapse next week. A McGuffey win pulls the Highlanders into a tie with the Little Prexies. Both of them would be a game out of the final playoff spot. A ball and 2 strikes. Hildreth 2 looks back to second, comes home, check swing, laid off. I think they're going to appeal and ask the base umpire, and the ruling is no swing. get a look at that ourselves there. That bat went a long way, but we don't have a down the line look there to see if it crossed the face of the plate. Typically what base umpires use on an appeal. And now Hornak wants to go to the mound and talk to Hildreth. Those two couldn't get on the same page with what pitch they wanted to bring in. Washington scored 2 runs on 3 hits in the first. Pretty quiet since then, though they have left single base runners in each of the next 3 innings. Leadoff walk wasted in the second, 1-out walk in the third, a leadoff single in the fourth, a 1-out base runner here in the 5th inning with the errant throw from short. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Hildreth turns around. There is nobody to throw to at second. Pretty hard move there by the pitcher, and there was nobody home. Good thing for McGuffey that he didn't throw it, because only the runner Patton was within 20 feet of second base. Hildreth agrees with Hornak's signal, comes set, checks the runner and comes home. 2-2 up and away, fills the count at 3-2. Go to the 4th inning in Fredericktown. Betworth 10, Beth Center 2. Again, those two in the 2A section race have been eliminated. That leaves 5 fighting for 4. And tomorrow night, we're planning to be right here to see if one of them can lock up a playoff spot. Chartiers Houston is 5-4, Fraser 2-7, but Fraser beat Chartiers Houston in their first game. They'll play again tomorrow night here at EQT Park. 3-2 pitch, change up in the eyes, and Callan couldn't resist, down on strikes. 4 strikeouts in the game now for Hildreth. 2 outs in the 5th, and Isaac Charnick to the plate. Chartiers Houston win tomorrow against Fraser would not only clinch a playoff spot for the Bucks, but would also clinch one for Burgettstown, because Fraser would be 3 games back with 2 to play. Pretty simple. First pitch to Charnick is up and away for a ball. Peters Township and Trinity tied 1-1, also in the bottom of the 5th inning. We have 2 out in the bottom, or in the top of the 5th. My apologies. Pitch to Charnick, beating the ground foul between the coach's box and the third base bag. Somebody got to go get that. Because you know, if you don't, it'll end up being a throw or a hit down there, and somebody won't know which ball to get. Ball and a strike to count on Isaac Charnick, looking for his 2nd hit of the night. Drove in the 2 Washington runs in the first. Breaking ball started at Charnick. Stays inside. 2-1 the count. Wyatt Hildreth now moving up on 70 pitches. Working here in the top of the 5th inning. Charnick pops it foul. That's going to get back onto the roof. Yes. The count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, a runner at second. The game tied at 2. Hildreth gets the sign from Hornak, and then before he comes set, steps back off the mound. Shortstop Johnson probably 20 feet, 25 feet maybe away from second. Shortstop Young, though, right up behind the runner Patton at second. Pitch misses high. And for the 2nd consecutive batter, a full count. Hildreth went to the up and in changeup to get Callan down on strikes. What he does here with Charnick, a little flare single into right center field, his first time up to put Washington up 2-0. Charnick takes fastball high for a walk. Third walk of the game allowed by Hildreth. And now Joe Wilson to the plate. And Wilson can crush it, but leg injury has him hampered in running. Wilson 0 for 2, ground out to third and a strikeout. And I mentioned at the time, in a fully healthy situation, Wilson's ground ball in that first inning is probably a base hit, but he is not completely healthy. Game being played with shortstop Johnson, or shortstop Young, and second baseman Johnson trying to keep Caleb Patton close. Wilson takes a pitch inside for a ball that almost hit the 5-hitter for the Little Prexies. 256 average, 10 runs driven in, a chance to put Washington back in front with a base hit here. Left fielder Licklider shaded over to left center. Wilson takes high for ball 2. Last time up, before striking out, Wilson jumped on an off-speed pitch and hit it well down the left field line, but foul. 2-0, off-speed, misses high, ball 3. Tristan Coney waits on deck. Three balls and no strikes. Fastball misses high. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that loads the bases. Fourth walk of the game allowed by Hildreth. We'll see if Washington's going to do something here with Wilson. And the answer is no. Thought perhaps they would go to a substitution here for Wilson at first. Only 3 guys on the bench for the Little Prexies, but they will elect to stay with Wilson at first. Timeout while Brett Graham wants to go to the mound and talk the situation over. Danger of getting away here. But 2 outs, only 1 out to work with for the Little Prexies. The batter is Tristan Coney. He's 1 for 2. Single to lead off the 4th. Coney has 4 RBI on the season. Coming up here with 2 out and the bases loaded. Conference at the mound breaks up. Game that McGuffey desperately needs to win to avoid falling 2 games off the pace and chasing 3 teams. And the Highlanders play the section champion. That's already locked up. Seton LaSalle at 9-1, 3 games clear of Charleroi. Fastball misses high, ball 1 to Coney. Hildreth working from the windup now. Base runners not being held anywhere. Swing and a miss. Pitch up out of the zone, chased by Coney. After 5 consecutive balls, and check that, 6 consecutive balls. Charnick walked on a 3-2 pitch. Wilson walked on 4, and the first pitch to Coney was out of the zone. Comes the 1-1. Coney hits one into left center field. It's going to get down. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. It is in as well. Wilson up to second. 2-run single for Tristan Coney, and Washington takes a 4-2 lead. 2-out single, taking advantage of an error and a couple of walks.
Number 21, Xander Henderson.
Xander Henderson to the plate now. All the runs are unearned, and now a second trip to the mound And that'll be a pitching change. Just one hit in the inning, but it drives in both runs. And 4-2 Washington in the lead now. Couple of changes here and see what we get. Now pitching, coming on for McGuffey, is Levi Young, moving in from short to pitch. Hildreth went to the outfield. Looks like Hatfield is going to go from third to short. And now looks like Sam Stout go from, Stout went from first to third. Logan Griffiths from left to first. I'll get you these all here in just a minute. Let me get them. Just make sure I don't mess that up as I did yesterday with a pitching change for California. So somebody got to go to left. Question is, it's going to be Licklider, and Hildreth will go to center. So pitch to center, center to left, left to first, first to third, third to short, short to the mound. Yeehaw. That's like a Pony League game. Get your numbers on Hildreth. Responsible for Wilson at second, Coney at first. 4 2/3 innings of work. Charged with 4 runs to this point, 2 earned. 5 hits in the game. Walked 4 and struck out 4. Check your defensive chart here quickly. Hildreth, Licklider, Hatfield, Stout, Young pitching, and Griffiths at first. Thank you, Eric Bennett. Batters the left-handed hitting third baseman Xander Henderson. Now against Levi Young. First pitch is in for a called strike. For Young, 0-1 record, a 727 earned run average. This is his 6th appearance. Ground ball back to Young. He'll turn, throw to first, and that will end the inning. Henderson grounds back to the pitcher, but Washington scores 2 runs on 1 hit, an error, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Wash-I 4, McGuffey 2 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Looking for your next getaway? Discover Greene County, Pennsylvania, where small-town charm meets wide-open adventure. Explore scenic parks and winding trails. Visit historic towns and tour our picturesque covered bridges. Enjoy family-friendly events, hands-on history, and peaceful countryside views. Whether you're planning a day trip or a weekend escape, Greene County has something for everyone. Start planning your visit today at visitgreene.org.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Peters Township batting in the home half of the 5th has scored twice against Trinity to lead there 3-1. Here, Washington has scored twice in the top of the 5th to take a 2-run lead on McGuffey. Highlanders 9-1-2 scheduled hitters here in the 5th inning against Caleb Patton, who will start the 5th with 65 pitches in the books.
Number 10, Levi Young.
Levi Young should not be the batter. Jeremy Taylor, the only way Young is batting here is if, in fact, the caught stealing was not the out, but that Taylor struck out. Jeremy Taylor was in the box, and that pitch was not a strike. No, I believe Jeremy Taylor should be the batter. So the discussion from the Washington dugout, umpire, third base coach, and indeed they do say that it was not a caught stealing, but rather a strikeout of Taylor. Actually, for McGuffey, that's probably a better situation. You bring a 290 hitter to the plate instead of an 083 hitter to open the inning. So we'll take the caught stealing out of the book. And credit Patton with his 4th strikeout, and we go to the top of the order to open the inning. 1-0 pitch in for a called strike. Play 7 innings by regulation. We can shorten that to 5 or 6. The leading team with a 10-run or more margin, as long as the losing team has had at least as many innings at the plate. Of course, if we're tied after 7, we go extras. 1-2 breaking ball stays inside, 2-2 the count. And again, the pitchers have up to 100 pitches in a day. Oh, fastball spiked. It's about a 55-foot fastball from Caleb Patton. And the count now runs full at 3-2. Team takes advantage of an error and a couple of walks and gets you a 2-run lead. The last thing you want to do is walk the first batter. Grounder to short. Callan backhands in the hole. Throw to first, not in time. Levi Young quickly down the line to get the infield single. 4th hit of the game for McGuffey, the 2nd of the night for Levi Young. And now Austin Johnson coming to the plate. And checking on Young at first base. Young has 12 stolen bases. Not running on the first pitch, which misses high to Johnson. Trinity and Peters go to their 6th inning, 3-1 Peters Township, a game that the Indians desperately need to win. Throw to first, not in time. McGuffey lost 8 of their first 10 games and won 3 of 4, but have lost 2 of their last 3. 1-0 misses high, 2 balls and no strikes. Heart of the order coming up for McGuffey. 2-0, spike, knocked down, late break, throw down to second. Going to be bang, bang, but throw not caught by Charnick in the turf. And so the wild pitch moves Young to second. And the one thing that Noah Patton did not do, didn't get wide there. Butterfly tried to just crouch down and pick it and didn't get it. So the runner to second with nobody out. 3-0 to the plate. Misses high, ball 4. And now the Highlanders have 2 on and nobody out. 3rd walk allowed by Caleb Patton in the game. Sam Stout comes to the plate. baseball axiom says you play for the tie at home, the win on the road. Question is, do you see a bunt here out of Stout? Answer on the first pitch is no, in for a called strike. Mentioned earlier, Stout has a couple of sacrifice bunts on the year. 0-1 upstairs, misses high. Pitch number 77 for Sam Stout. So his evening drawing to a close. Stout out of the batter's box as Patton came set. Now ready to go. Here's the 1-1 to Stout, fouled straight back off the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Patton has faced base runners in every inning with the exception of the 1-2-3 first. Curveball just misses the front corner. Breaks low and away. 2-2 the count. Stout staring out at the pitcher Patton. Had a good look there. Patton set. Runners to their leads. 2-2 high and tight. It's ball 3. Good speed at second, particularly. Callan trying to keep him there. 3-2 to the plate. Flared to the backstop netting. Foul. When Wild Things Park opened back as Falcone Field, that netting was half as high. And balls would whistle back toward the press box. 3-2 fouled off. Runners were going. And they'll have to retrace, get back, tag up. And we'll do another 3-2 pitch. 2 on, nobody out for McGuffey, and time granted to the batter Stout. 366 average for Stout. Was his ground ball that got 1 out, but an errant throw got by first base, allowed Young to score. Pickoff throw in the dirt. Hops over the runner and picked on the hop by Will Callan. Watch this play. You won't see this very often. That ball hit right beside the runner, Young. Now second baseman Charnick running in. Runner on the move. 3-2 pitch hit in the air, dead center field, and it's going to go over Partizzotti and go all the way to the wall. McGuffey has tied the game at least. Stout rounding second. Heading for third. The ball coming in from the outfield. It is a 2-run game-tying triple for Sam Stout. Line drive at Partizzotti, and he started in and then realized, oh no, hardest thing to judge as an outfielder is a line drive hit right at you, and that ties the game, and a runner at third with nobody out. And the Highlanders not shy about bunting in any fashion. Preston Hornack will come to the plate, but first we're going to get a trip to the mound. Single, walk, 2-run triple. Stout now with 8 RBI on the year. McGuffey trying to take the lead for the first time tonight. Washington led 2-0 and 2-1, tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. Little Prexies went back in front with the 2-run single off the bat of Coney here in the 5th, but now 3 batters in to the bottom of the 5th inning. McGuffey has tied the game, and they have a runner at third with nobody out. Preston Hornack 1 for 2. Islanders 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Washington 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Fastball misses high, ball 1. This pitch down and away, dug out of the turf by Noah Patton. 2-0. Third baseman Henderson up in front of the baseline. Other infielders at regular position. Ball fouled off to the backstop, 2-1. Patton now at 86 pitches on the night. He'll do well to get through this 5th inning. Stout leads from third. 2-1 pitch to the plate. Misses low, ball 3. McGuffey's starter Wyatt Hildreth now off the hook. Here's the 3-1. That's off the shin guard of the catcher. Patton goes to the dugout. A walk to Hornak and a wild pitch scores Stout. And McGuffey leads 5-4.
Next up at bat, your McGuffey Highlanders, number 89, Wyatt Hildreth.
Wyatt Hildreth due to bat, and I think that's going to be it for Caleb Patton. Second trip to the mound, and indeed, we will get a pitching change. So Patton works 4+ innings, does not get an out here in the 5th, charged with 5 runs, all earned. Also responsible for Hornak at first. 5 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts for the starter. Let's see what the exact changes are going to be here for Washington. Looks like Tristan Coney is going to move from first base to pitch. Isaac Charnick will move to short, and Caleb Patton at first base, or at second base, excuse me. Somebody got to play first. All right, I don't have everything yet. I do know that Tristan Coney is coming on to pitch. For Coney, this will be his 7th appearance. 679 earned run average. Coney has worked 11 1/3 innings, 13 hits, 11 earned runs. You can do that math there. A run an inning. 15 walks and 11 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .265. And it would appear that Charnick is moving from second to first. And the starting pitcher, Caleb Patton, will move to second base. Coney comes on here in the bottom of the 5th with nobody out. Runner at first, and Wyatt Hildreth coming to the plate. Hildreth 1 for 2 in the game. 5-4 McGuffey. Coney checks the runner at first. Comes to the plate. First pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. Hornak has 3 stolen bases this year. Trinity and Peters go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Peters Township. Peters, like McGuffey, in a nearly must-win situation. Pitch from Coney misses low. Ball 2. 2-0. Check of Hornak, 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. Now 3-0 to Hildreth. High and tight, ball 4, 2 on and nobody out. That'll bring up designated hitter Noah Siebert. 5-4 McGuffey. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 already in here in the 5th, and 2 on with nobody out. Pitch in the dirt, way out in front of the plate. Coney has thrown 5 pitches off the mark, 3 of them in the dirt. And we're planning to be back here tomorrow night with our stretch drive coverage. Ground ball heading up the middle. Callan will glove, step on the bag, throw to first, get the double play. Hornak goes to third on the twin killing.
2 outs, bringing up number 6, Logan.
And that'll bring up Logan Griffiths. End of 4 innings in Fredericktown. Bentworth 10, Beth Center 4. First pitch to Griffiths in the dirt, ball 1. Coney trying to slam the door on McGuffey. Pitch in for a called strike, 1-1 to count. Came on with 3 runs already in and a runner at first. Walked Hildreth. Pitch misses outside and got the ground ball double play. And now trying to get the final out facing Logan Griffiths. Sacrifice fielder's choice to bring a run in the second. This fastball from Coney misses high and tight. Now it's 3-1. And a ground out by Griffiths. His other at bat, 0 for 1. Coney winds and deals the 3-1. That misses high, ball 4, his second walk. And that'll bring up Landon Hatfield. Hatfield has struck out twice, both of those against the starter Patton. Griffiths, big lead and now going to take a running lead. He steps off, throw into third and safe back in there. So the steal of second by Griffiths, and Hornak able to get back in safely. Coney stepped off and then ran at Griffiths, who was trying to take the walking lead, and then turned and threw to third. First pitch to the plate, ground ball. Coney gloves it. Will step and throw to first, and the side is retired, but McGuffey takes the lead for the first time tonight. 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 runners left on base. We've played 5. Your score now, McGuffey 5, Washeye 4 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advanced from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Get your name out there with Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville. Whether it's your business, your school, your team, whatever group or organization, Bell Print and Stitch does digital printing, including banners and vehicle graphics. They'll put your logo on anything with embroidery, heat press vinyl, or screen printing, all at competitive prices. Need an online fundraising spirit store? Call 724-207-3408. Bell Print and Stitch on Main Street in Bentleyville. See more on Facebook.
We go to the top of the 6th in a circumstance we have not had so far tonight, and that is McGuffey with the lead. Highlanders 5 runs, 5 hits, an error, and 5 left on. Flip those for me there, Eric. And Wash High 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Washington. That'll be Hagan, Moy, and Patton. Washington came out of the gate quickly. 3 of the first 4 batters had hits, and Washington had a 2-0 lead. McGuffey got a run in the 2nd, another in the 3rd. In the top of the 5th, Wash High took advantage of a throwing error and a couple of walks, 2-out single for Coney to retake the lead at 4-2. But McGuffey single, walk, triple, and a wild pitch to not only tie the game, but take the lead. 5-4 McGuffey in front. For Washington, leading off the 6th, Jaden Hagan. Hagan 0 for 2, a pop out and a strikeout. Both of those against the starter Hildreth. Levi Young working his 2nd inning of relief. Ground ball, first pitch, second baseman Johnson gloves. Throws a little wide of the mark, but saved there by Griffiths for the first out. Trayvon Moy comes to the plate now. Moy called out on strikes in the 4th. Did not agree with either of the last 2 strike calls, both of which I would tend to agree with. They both look pretty good from our angle here. And it's a pretty good angle here at EQT Park from the press box. First pitch in the dirt, goes to the backstop, ball 1. Yeah, Young just spiked that. Moy back in the box. Young with a compact windup, deals, ground ball to 3rd. Stout gloves and throws across the diamond. That's on the money. Quickly 2 outs for the Little Prexies here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, and Noah Patton. After 4 in Fredericktown, Bentworth 10, Beth Center 4. Bottom of the 6th inning at Peters Township, and the Indians have the bases loaded with nobody out and already a 3-1 lead. Trinity down to their final 3 outs, but they got to get out of the 6th before they can try to erase the deficit. First pitch to Patton is a breaking ball, low and away. Chartiers Houston and Fraser tomorrow night here at EQT Park. We'll be on the air at 6:45, 7 o'clock scheduled first pitch. Breaking ball misses low for ball 1, or ball 2 rather, excuse me. A couple of curveballs from Young to Noah Patton. Levi Young, the pitcher of record now for McGuffey. Fastball goes to the backstop, and it's quickly 3-0 on Patton. This game is Young's to win. Peters Township adds a run to go up 4-1 on Trinity, still batting in the home half of the 6th. Comes the 3-0 pitch. Patton shows bunt, takes it for a called strike. That's simply a distraction move. Two out, nobody on for Washington in the 6th. 3-1. Down and away, ball 4. Tying run aboard. First base runner allowed by Levi Young. Noah Patton can run. Has a little less than a full handful of stolen bases. Be interesting to see what the Little Prexies decide to do here. But before we go there, Hornak goes for the 60-foot walk to the mound, joined there by Sam Stout, the third baseman. And Noah Patton, 4 steals. Try to get possibly up into scoring position for Caleb Patton. Not running. Tapper up the first baseline, pulled foul. Both of these guys part of a resurgent Washington wrestling team this year. I believe at least one of them, I want to say at least one of them, maybe both, made the regional appearances this year for the Little Prexies. And I got to check on states. Ball hit in the air to right. Jeremy Taylor coming in, settles under it, makes the grab to retire the side. A 2-out walk and a runner left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th. McGuffey 5, Washeye 4 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, an organization that recognizes athletes, coaches, officials, teams, and contributors. Last year, we awarded $7,500 in scholarships to local high school athletes, plus $3,000 to our Courage Award and Edward Monaco Above and Beyond Award winners. We granted money to high school athletes starting their own nonprofit charities and partnered with the Pony League World Series. We encourage you to join us at our next meeting and be a part of something exceptional. The Wash Greene Hall of Fame. Find us online or hit us up on Facebook.
Everybody needs some help these days. Take Jessica's mom.
High deductible. Mom forgets about her pills. I go crazy. But then I heard about Curtis Pharmacy.
See, Curtis Pharmacy cures the crazy. Save with Better RX and Packed by Meds. Ease Jess's quite worried mind.
Better RX has generics priced lower than online pharmacies.
And Packed by Meds has your meds packed in pouches, stamped with a date and time to be taken. No more pill boxes. Dare to compare at curtispharmacy.com.
And indeed, Caleb Patton qualified for states this year for Washeye Wrestling. But the Little Prexies right now are worried about playing baseball defense, trail 5-4. They will have 3, 4, 5 hitters due up when we get to the top of the 7th, but down 1 at the moment. McGuffey, I thought we were at 9-1-2 last inning, but in fact we're 9-1-2 this inning because the Highlanders sent 8 batters to the plate in that 5th. And just go back. I thought we were going to see Jeremy Taylor to lead off that 5th inning and his .083 batting average. But the ruling was that the 3rd ended not on a caught stealing at 3rd, but on a strikeout at home plate. So Taylor was the final out of the 4th, and therefore the top of the order would lead off the 5th. Highlanders turned that single, walk, triple, wild pitch, and 3 runs and a 1-run lead in the ball game as we play here in the bottom of the 6th. And again, the delay, Noah Patton was on base when the inning ended on that fly out to right field. Peters has built the lead on Trinity now to 5-1. Would be a damaging loss to the Hillers, but loss by Peters would have been even more damaging to the Indians' playoff hopes. If Peters Township wins that game, there is a virtual 4-way tie for the last 2 playoff spots. Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair, Trinity, and Peters would all have 6 losses, and Chartiers Valley just a game behind with 7, with 2 games left to play. Anybody's ball game. Bottom of the 6th, Jeremy Taylor, the right fielder, to bat up for the first time against Tristan Coney. Checks off, first pitch, takes it high for ball 1. Oh, check this. We got a pinch hitter, Dom Amos, into the game. Fastball goes to the backstop, 2-0 now. Amos just an .071 batting average on the season. Pitch on the outside edge, called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Just to finish up that Trinity Peters situation. 2-1 tapper foul. I thought that hit the batter, and the ruling is no. There certainly was a double tap there. Did he hit it twice? Oh, that ball, it looked like it came off his shoulder. But ruled foul when Patton, the catcher, picked it up. Trinity 2-game series next week against the section leader Moon. Upper St. Clair plays last place Chartiers Valley. Bethel Park is done. Fastball, strike 3 called. Amos, the pinch hitter, down on strikes looking. And Peters Township has second place South Fayette for its 2-game series next week. Batter will be Levi Young as we go back to the top of the order. 1 out here in the 6th. Young, a couple of hits in his last 2 at-bats. Breaking ball called strike. The ball started right at the batter and then curved across the plate. 0-1 curveball. Young had a notion. I think the Little Prexies want to appeal, and the ruling from the base umpire Dennis Sowers is no swing. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch to the plate, fastball up and in for ball 2. One out, nobody on for McGuffey. Highlanders batting with a 5-4 lead. Curveball drops in for called strike 2. That's both strikes in this at-bat by Young have been Coney curveballs that started at the batter. See if we get that again. 2-2 fastball, strike 3 called. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Tristan Coney. And now to the 2-hitter, Austin Johnson. 0 for 1 plus a couple of walks, a run scored. He scored the tying run. Came in on the Sam Stout 2-run triple in the 5th inning. Facing Coney for the first time, fastball at the belt called strike. Two out, nobody on for McGuffey. Comey's curveball called strike 2 right at the letters. Again, that started at the batter and broke into the zone. Comey back behind the pitcher's mound, fixes his hat. Now he's ready to go. 0-2 check swing, went around. 3 strikeouts in the 6th for Tristan Coney to keep it a 1-run ball game. We go to the 7th. McGuffey 5, Washington 4 on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
The cost of living is crushing Pennsylvania families. Property taxes are too high, electric bills keep climbing, and it's hard to make ends meet and plan for the future. I'm Senator Cameron Bartolotta. I'm working hard to lower taxes so you keep more of what you earn. I'm working to make Pennsylvania more business friendly, to attract investment and grow our economy. I'm committed to lowering your energy costs by protecting reliable, affordable power. On May 19th, I'm asking for your vote so I can keep fighting for a more affordable Pennsylvania. Paid for by Cameron for Senate.
What goes best with football? Pizza. Call Bedillion's Pizza in Claysville right now and order for the whole gang. Pizza, hoagies, strombolis, calzones, and salads. There's a great variety so everybody can get what they want. All made fresh for pickup or delivery. Bedillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville. Check out their Facebook page, see their specials, and call 724-663-5616. Don't wait. Bedillion's Pizza. It's so good, it's 1 in a bedillion.
Go to the top of the 7th. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Washington. Little Prexies need a run to extend the game. Speaking of runs, bottom of the 6th, Peters Township has now opened up an 8-1 lead on Trinity. Third inning of work for Levi Young came on with the 2 out in the 5th. Has allowed just 1 base runner, a 2-out walk to Noah Patton. Three, 4, 5. Batter is Will Callan to lead off the 7th. 1 for 2, a double, a run scored, also drew a walk. All of that against Wyatt Hildreth. First pitch swung on and missed. Young with a breaking ball. This time pitch misses off the outside edge of the plate, a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Another curveball has Callan out in front. Struck out on an inside changeup in the 5th inning. Now leading off here in the 7th. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2 the count. Washington has stranded 7 runners through 6 innings. Here's the 2-2, fastball up and called a strike, outer edge of the plate. 1 out here in the 7th. It's the first strikeout of the game for Levi Young, in line to get the win if he can get through this 7th inning without allowing the Little Prexies to tie the game. Isaac Charnick, who drove in Washington's first 2 runs, comes to the plate. He scored their last run. At the time, Washington led 4-2. Breaking ball misses low for ball 1. Peters Township now in front 9-1 and 2 runners aboard. Game-ending runs at first and second. 1-0 up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Joe Wilson waits on deck. He will get an at-bat. The question is, will Coney? 2-0 to the plate. Fouled off, going to find the seats. 2 balls and a strike. Get your recap in the post-game show. Also recognize our Washington County College Center CCBC Player of the Game. 2-1, wave and a miss. Another good curveball from Levi Young. Just seemed to take forever to get there, and Charnick way out in front on it. That ball breaking down and away from the right-handed hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young winds and deals. 2-2 tap foul. Another curveball. Charnick able to reach out and spoil it. Charnick takes a little time there to get his hair back up under the helmet the way he wants it. Ready to go. 2-2 from Young. Ground ball at the third baseman. Stout handles the second hop. Throw across the diamond in time for the out. A little collision there between Charnick and first baseman Griffiths. Foot to foot. But the out recorded. 2 down. And now Joe Wilson comes to the plate. Peters Township and Trinity go to their 7th inning. It is 9-1 in favor of Peters Township. Here it is 5-4 McGuffey. One-run game last night, 12-11 Washington win. McGuffey trying to get a one-run victory here tonight. First pitch to Wilson. Tapper to third. Stout handles the second hop. Again, Wilson hampered up, thrown out, and the ball game is over. Good work by Levi Young in relief. Faces 8 batters, retires 7 of them, and that will end the ball game. McGuffey 5, Wash High 4. We'll get you the recap when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Looking for your next getaway? Discover Greene County, Pennsylvania, where small-town charm meets wide-open adventure. Explore scenic parks and winding trails. Visit historic towns and tour our picturesque covered bridges. Enjoy family-friendly events, hands-on history, and peaceful countryside views. Whether you're planning a day trip or a weekend escape, Greene County has something for everyone. Start planning your visit today at visitgreene.org.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Welcome back to EQT Park. McGuffey celebrating a 5-4 win that keeps them within reach of the playoff race. It draws Washington down into a tie for 4th with the Highlanders. Both teams are 4-6, and now both sit a game outside the playoff picture at the moment. We'll run through all of those updated standings here in just a couple of minutes. Let's recap the scoring for you. Noah Patton led off the game with a single for Wash High, was forced out on a ground ball hit by Caleb Patton. Will Callan doubled to put runners at second and third, and then Isaac Charnick delivered a ball into right center field to score both. Washington took a 2-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second. Preston Hornack and Wyatt Hildreth back-to-back base hits. Sacrifice for Noah Siebert advanced the runners 90 feet. Another sacrifice bunt put down by Logan Griffiths. The Little Prexies tried to get the out at the plate and did not. Sacrifice fielder's choice RBI for Griffiths. It was 2-1. Stayed that way to the bottom of the third inning. Leadoff single for Levi Young. A walk to Austin Johnson put runners at first and second. Ground ball to the shortstop. Little Prexies tried to turn two. They got the runner out at second. The throw to first was not in time, but also off the mark. Young went to third on the ground ball and then scored on the E4. His run tied the game at 2. Stayed that way till the top of the 5th. After one out, Caleb Patton reached on a throwing error. A strikeout later, Isaac Charnick walked, and then Joe Wilson walked to load the bases. Tristan Coney stepped in and delivered a 2-run single to center to put Washington in front 4-2. To the bottom of the 5th inning, Levi Young with a single. A wild pitch moved him to second. Austin Johnson drew a walk, and then Sam Stout with a line drive triple to dead center field. Scored both Young and Johnson to tie the game. And then with Preston Hornack batting with the 3-ball count, a wild pitch walked Hornack, and then Stout scored on that wild pitch, and that brought home the go-ahead run, proved to be the final run of the ball game. Here are your totals. McGuffey, 5 runs on 5 hits, committed 1 error and stranded 5. Washington, 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error and stranded 7. Your winning pitcher, Levi Young, worked 2 1/3 innings of scoreless, hitless relief, walked 1 and struck out 1. Wyatt Hildreth, the start, 4 2/3 innings charged with all 4 runs, just 2 earned. The 5 hits, walked 4, and struck out 4. The loss goes to Washington starter Caleb Patton. 4+ innings, did not get an out in that 5th inning. Charged with all 5 runs, all earned. Gave up 5 hits, walked 4, and struck out 4. Tristan Coney, 2 innings of scoreless, hitless relief, walked 2, and struck out 3. Now, let's update the standings for you. Seton LaSalle has already clinched the section championship. The Rebels play 2 next week with McGuffey. Charleroi sits in 2nd place, 3 games back at 6-4. The Cougars, let me do some quick math here. Charleroi split with Washington and beat McGuffey. Charleroi now has clinched a playoff spot at 6-4, 2 games next week with Waynesburg. Keystone Oaks is 5-5. Waynesburg is 5-5. Keystone Oaks and Wash High play a 2-game set starting Monday here, and Waynesburg has a 2-game set with Charleroi starting in at Waynesburg's home field. And I'm not sure whether they're going to play that at Wannabe Park in Carmichael's or at Milan Park on Monday. I'm not sure. They've been playing at both places, so I'm not sure where that first game of that series will be. Again, Washington with Keystone Oaks and McGuffey with Seton LaSalle. Wash High and McGuffey tied at 4-6, currently in 5th place, 1 game out of the playoff picture. To catch either Keystone Oaks or Waynesburg would have to one of those would have to sweep their 2-game series, or have like in Washington's case, if not sweeping, they would then need Waynesburg to lose twice to Charleroi. For McGuffey, if they get 1 win, they're going to need Waynesburg to lose twice to Charleroi, or Keystone Oaks to lose twice to the Little Prexies. And if that happens, that may not be enough to get the Highlanders into the playoffs. But section play wrapped up for this week for this section, and they'll be back at it on Monday. Again, McGuffey at Seton LaSalle, Charleroi at Waynesburg, and Keystone Oaks here Monday against the Little Prexies. Time to recognize our player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
And our player of the game is going to be winning pitcher Levi Young. 2 1/3 innings of scoreless, hitless relief in a 1-run ball game. Levi Young actually took over in the Washington 5th inning after Wash High had taken a 4-2 lead. So he came in down 4-2. The Highlanders scored 3 times in the top of the 5th, and Young keyed that rally by leading off with a base hit. He actually had 2 hits tonight, scored a couple of runs in the McGuffey 5-4 win. And for that, Levi Young, our Washington County College Center CCBC player of the game. Get you an update, by the way, on the other game on the WJPA Sports Network. Peters Township is a 9-1 winner against Trinity. So update the standings there. Moon has clinched a playoff spot. They lead the section at 8-2. South Fayette has clinched a playoff spot. They're a game back in 2nd place at 7-3. And then 4 teams with 6 losses. Bethel, whose section play is done. Upper St. Clair at 4-6. Trinity at 4-6. Peters Township at 4-6. And Chartiers Valley just 1 game back of that conglomerate at 3-7. Games next week. Trinity has a 2-game set with Moon. South Fayette and Peters Township play twice. Upper St. Clair and Chartiers Valley play twice. And I'll weed through the tiebreakers to see if, in fact, Bethel Park has clinched, because they can't have more than 6 losses that they have already. But I guess it is possible that several teams could join them at 6-6 in all the machinations of the WPIL tie-breaking system to follow. But this one tonight, really entertaining ball game. McGuffey 5, Wash High 4, and the Highlanders keep the playoff spot, the final playoff spot, within reach. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network has been brought to you in part by CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By Visit Green. Greene County has something for everyone. Log on visitgreen.org. By Camera Bartolotta for Pennsylvania Senate. Find out more at cameraforsenate.com. And by Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at curtispharmacy.com. Coverage also brought to you by Washington Financial Bank for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Badillion's Pizza on Main Street in Claysville for pickup or delivery. It's one in a badillion. By the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, celebrating our region's rich athletic tradition. By Bell Print and Stitch, digital print, embroidery, design, and fundraising, Bell Print and Stitch in Bentleyville and on Facebook. And by the Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. WJPA's Stretch Drive coverage continues tomorrow night right back here at EQT Park. Chartiers Houston looks to lock up a 2A playoff berth for themselves and for Burgettstown. Chartiers Houston hosts Fraser. We'll be back on the WJPA Sports Network tomorrow at 6:45 with our pregame show. Thanks to head coaches John Deegan and Brent Graham, to athletic directors Mike Bosnick and Chad McGowan, and to all our friends here with the Wild Things. For our floor director Eric Bennett, Grady Peterson on camera, I'm Bob Gregg. Thanks so much for being with us on Pennsylvania's radio sports leader for more than 80 years. From EQT Park in Washington, your 3A baseball Section 4 final score, McGuffey 5, Washington 4. This has been a presentation of the WJPA Sports Network.